Alright, so this is an install video for the Gen5DIY.com harness, plug and play harness that will let you be able to use LED bulbs in the back of your 21, 22, and I think 23 Chevy Tahoe, Suburban. The Yukons and Yukon XLs come with LED tail lamps. So here in the Chevy, this portion is LED. It's a LED board, but you got 3 bulbs: your brake bulbs, your signal bulbs, you can see the yellow in there, and your reverse bulbs. So all of those are incandescents from the factory, and they have all been replaced with LEDs. Real quick, just showing what I'm using. For the brakes, these are diode dynamic bulbs, 7443 HP11 red pair, 7443 HP11 amber pair, and a 921 XPR white for the reverse. Should work with any bulbs, but that's what I'm using. You're going to get 2 of these harnesses. Just so you know, this extra loom going up these wires, I added that. It'll come with the wires loose. I have also pre-taped with 2-sided tape the back of these in a block to make it easier to mount when I get under there. One side will have 3 resistors, the other side will have 2 resistors. The side with 2 resistors I already have mounted underneath, and I'll show that after I get this installed. So like I said, I did add this loom going up the resistor wires just to clean it up and protect those wires from any rubbing or vibrations. I'm also going to add one cable tie to kind of hold this in place to keep it from bouncing around. They do include some screws, self-tapping screws. You can screw this into the body. I'm going to use 3M tape. So I've got my cloth tape that I used, my 3M tape that I used. And okay, so let's get under the vehicle and let's get this thing installed. So I am under the driver's side. This right here is your tail lamp harness. It's coming down from the bottom of the tail lamp, feeding through the body, and connecting right here to the chassis or body harness. So I've already unclipped that. And what I'm going to do is take that jumper that was provided and plug it in here. I'm going to mount, I've already cleaned this off, but I'm going to mount the resistors right here. And then there's a cable run right here that I'm probably gonna use a cable tie just to secure that extra length of jumper. So I'm gonna set the phone down real quick and get this installed, and we'll be right back. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. So I've plugged the jumper in. It's running from here to here. Got it tie wrapped to an existing cable run. Got the Y split up to the resistors. Again, I added the cable loom on each side just to clean that up a little bit. My block of resistors is mounted here. And I did use a heat gun to heat up that metal. Probably not necessary, but I was just trying to make sure I got a good adhesion to that tape. So again, I cleaned that metal and heated it up before I stuck that block of resistors up there. Those resistors are separate. They're just blocked together because I taped them that way. So you could spread them out if you want to. I will say during some testing, one of the resistors, I think it was the brake light, because I had my no, not the brake light, the reverse light. So the reverse circuit, the resistor for the reverse circuit I measured that at about 230 degrees on that resistor, or whichever one's the reverse circuit. So they do get very hot, and that's one of the reasons I worked with Gen5DIY.com to create this harness that we could put under the rear bumper, because I've seen some people putting these behind the tail lamp. And if you got 3 of these behind the plastic tail lamp getting 200 plus degrees, you're gonna melt something. So I feel like this is a much better resolution to getting LED bulbs in your tail lamps on the, again, 21 to 23 Tahoe and Suburban. All right, and let's move over to the passenger side. We'll see the install I've done on that side, because that does look a little different. So on this side, same setup. Got your jumper. I added the wire loom. This side we got 2. You can put these on either side. It doesn't matter which one has the 2 and which one has the 3. Excuse me. This is a windshield washer fluid line from the front that feeds your rear wiper washer. So, and again, I tie wrap that to a cable run that's already there just to keep it from bouncing around. So that's your install, and we'll come back shortly after dark. I'll show you the lights functioning and that we don't have any errors inside the on the instrument panel from the lights. All right, be back shortly. All right, back after the harness install. I've got the brakes applied. So in the video they don't look very red, they look more white, but they are quite red. So much brighter. I'll go turn that off. We'll go with the flashers next. Quite bright there. And then, let's see. To show you the reverse, I'm just going to hit the unlock button, which will kick those on. Very bright. So that's your LED bulbs, and just to show that they're all LED, harnesses are installed. Now we're going to get in. I'm going to show you there's no warnings on any of this. Alrighty. So normally when you get in, you have to put your foot on the brake to start the vehicle, and because the LEDs are there, you would get a warning on your brake lamps. With the harnesses, you do not get that warning. You will see the auto stop is off. I have the auto stop illuminator. You can also get from the website, and that is Gen5DIY.com. And let's see, so no warnings on the brake lights. I'm pressing the brakes and releasing the brakes, no warnings there. Left signal, cut the parking brake off so you don't see that up there. So nothing on the left signal, nothing on the right signal, no warnings on any of that. And then we will go into reverse. No warnings on the reverse. Cameras, you can see how much brighter the lights are just in the rear view camera view. But without these harnesses, normally with LEDs in the reverse circuit, you would not be able to come back to your main screen, because when you go to drive, you're going to get to this view for a few seconds, you start moving, and it's supposed to go back to your home screen. Well, the problem is the vehicle thinks you're still in reverse because the circuit still, for whatever reason, thinks it's in reverse. and you can't exit the screen, and it just goes black and you can't control anything on the screen. So I can show here we can exit that screen, and go back and forth, and you don't get any errors, and it doesn't tie up the screen. So these harnesses resolve all the warnings for all the tail light bulbs, and you should be good to go. Again, I use diode dynamics bulbs, but it should work, to my knowledge, with pretty much any LED bulbs that are the right size. I will say that some of the bulbs have polarity, so you got to make sure they're installed in the right direction. If they don't work, you can try flipping them. That should fix it. But I think one of the 3 bulbs, I can't remember which one, I had that problem where I had to take it out and flip it over to make it work. But anyway, there's your harness install that gets you full LED tail lamps with no warnings or errors, and you should be able to get these on gen5diy.com. Thanks.